Hi folks, John here from the Soaring Tortoise YouTube channel, and we are doing another in our series of garage sale gear videos. In this video we're going to be shooting out six garage sale microphones, all microphones that I have acquired through the years at various garage sales and estate sales, except for this one, which I recently acquired used at a music store nearby. And the microphone I'm speaking to you through is our control microphone. It is I must consult my notes now, a Beyerdynamic TG V-70d. It is a cardioid dynamic microphone, and I chose it for that reason because all of these other microphones are dynamics as well. And this microphone is a very nice microphone and is also still currently available new for sale. So you will get an idea between the differences between a bunch of cheap garage sale microphones and a nice newer currently available microphone. So in this shootout, I will start out by speaking through the microphones in my best radio voice, and then I will play the acoustic guitar through each microphone, because I think that's a good test of a microphone. It's hard to get a good acoustic guitar sound. So we're going to start with our first and cheapest microphone, which is kind of hidden down here below the Beyerdynamic that I'm speaking through. But I'm going to turn off the Beyerdynamic and turn it on, and I will tell you what it is. Now I am speaking to you through a Philips EL3797/51. It is a cheap plastic microphone, but it is made in Holland, and I think it came bundled with a reel-to-reel, a small, like 3-inch reel-to-reel, or perhaps a cassette recorder. It is the smallest, lightest, and cheapest of our microphones in the shootout. I'm going to go back to the Beyerdynamic now. Alright, and now we'll move on to our next microphone, which is a Sony F-45. This is a microphone that I think came in pairs bundled with your Sony reel-to-reel recorder, and it is made in Japan. It is part metal and part plastic, and about the same size as the Philips microphone here. So I'm going to switch back to the Philips now. This is the Philips, and this is the Sony, and this is the Beyerdynamic. Now our next microphone in the middle here is my first ever garage sale microphone and my first ever microphone. It is a Philips EL3752/00. It is an omnidirectional stereo microphone, but we're only going through one of the capsules because the other one is a bit noisy. I've had this microphone for over 30 years, and it's taken a lot of abuse. It's got little pieces of tape holding it together and stuff. But it still works, so at least one of the capsules works quietly anyway. It is also made in Holland, and I think it came bundled with a better reel-to-reel recorders from Philips in this 1960s, let's say. I do have the original box for this. Hold on. And still has the original connector, the 3-pin connector that went to the recorder that it came with. So this is a cool old microphone. I like it a lot, and I'm going to switch back to the Beyerdynamic now. Back on the Beyerdynamic, And on to the next microphone, which is, let me turn it on here, a Shure Unidyne B model 5155B G18. It is made in the USA, and I like to refer to it as the grocery store cash register microphone, because I used to see them all the time attached to grocery store cash registers, and I think they would have like a switch or something that was connected to this jack that you could turn on and off and go, price check in aisle 7, Audrey, something like that. So this is a surprisingly quiet microphone for as old as it is. And let's go back now to the Beyerdynamic. Back on the Beyerdynamic microphone now, and we're going to switch to this microphone here, which is the only microphone that I did not get at a garage sale in the shootout. It came used from a music store, so here we go with that one. This is an AKG D707e. And it is made in Austria, and another microphone which I really quite like. I think it compares well to the Beyerdynamic, so I'm going to switch back to that, and we'll hear how that sounds. I'll just keep them both on. Hopefully there'll be enough distance between them. This is the Beyerdynamic. I'm a little close, and I think the other one maybe has a little less level. So I've got the EQ on my Fostex 812 board here. All of the EQ settings are straight up the middle, and I've got the trims set to get the levels right, and I think the level on the AKG was a little low, so I'm going to go back to it now. I'm on the Beyerdynamic, and I'm going to go back to the AKG D707. This is the AKG D707e. And again, I think it sounds very good in comparison to the Beyerdynamic. And now we're going to move on to our last microphone over here. This gigantic, built like a tank Ampex. This is an Ampex H1390. And as you can tell, it is the noisiest of the microphones, the background hiss. This is also the oldest of the microphones, and I've seen this referred to sometimes as the Jack Ruby microphone, as you can see it in photos of him when he is in his nightclub, when he's on stage at his nightclub. So now I'm going to switch back to... Well, I'm going to go through them again. I'm on this Ampex H1390, which is actually made by Electro-Voice in Buchanan, Michigan. And then I'm going to switch back to the AKG D707e now. I'm back to the AKG D707e, and now we're moving on to the Shure Unidyne B. I'm on the Shure Unidyne B now. Next microphone, the Philips 3752/00, 37/00, the Sony F-45, the Philips 3797/51, and finally back to our control microphone, the Beyerdynamic TG V-70d. Now I'm going to play a little acoustic guitar through each one of these microphones, and then our demonstration will be done. Alright, so first up is our control microphone, the Beyerdynamic. Alright, next up we're going to switch to the Philips EL3790 our cheapest little cheapo garage sale microphone. So here we go. Alright, that was the cheapest of our cheap garage sale microphones. Now moving on to the Sony F-45. Oh, sorry, I can't get that harmonic there. There we go. Alright, now. Moving on to the Philips 3752/00. The next microphone is the Shure Unidyne B. Next up is the AKG D707e. And last but not least, the Ampex H1390. Alright, so I'm going to go one more time through the control microphone and then through some of my favorites again, and then we'll be done. Alright, so I'm going to start with one of my favorites, the Sony F-45. The Philips 3752. I'm sorry, the Philips 3752. Alright, and my last favorite is the AKG, which has no right to be here because I got it in a music store, not at a rummage sale.